Hi everybody. Well, that was fun. Probably should have put the hood on first. And that's why I don't have a door, so I can get out. Everyone, welcome back to the channel. As I mentioned at the end of the Rocky Nuts video, we managed to go drag racing in the 347 Mazda. So I managed to get it all back together. It's a bit of a time lapse of that I'll throw in. I didn't film much of it because I was just trying to get the car back together. Did stress a little bit because the new tyres, new hoosiers, mainly the rears, and the fronts, didn't get here till Thursday afternoon, and I was supposed to be at the track Friday. Shout out to my mate Brett for helping me fit them. I now owe him 2 tyre tubes because I ruined 2 on the front tyres trying to remove the old tyres and put the new tyres on. Just a couple of little bits and pieces I didn't really know or realise when I put the tubes in. Got that all sorted. Got rained out Friday. It's actually still raining at the moment, even though I'm an hour and a half from the track. Lovely weather. Good for my water tanks. So Friday got rained out, which meant I didn't really get to do any run-ins on Friday night, which is what I wanted to do. So I hit up Mike, the president at Benaraby Dragway, and just before racing got underway and everything was all organised, I did a little part throttle pull down the track just to help run the engine in, and then I used the first qualifier just to reduce RPM, short shift run. So not overly exciting. I mean, I'll drop it in the video anyway, but it was like a 13.4 second pass. Anyway, let's get into some passes and I'll talk about them as they go. Save you just watching as well. I can talk about the runs a little bit. Anyway, here's the 13.4 run, and here's some subsequent runs from the weekend. Rachel's SS was also there. We also took the SS, so she did really well. She actually got runner-up. Anyway, here's the rest of the drag racing weekend. So the first run out of the box was just another kind of run-in pass. Gave it a bit more throttle than I did for my warm-up run earlier today in the day. So a little burnout, just using first and second, roll it into the beams, still use the trans brake. And then just ran it down the track, went 13.4 at 105 mile an hour, so it wasn't a bad pass, but obviously the car's capable of a lot more. So round 2 qualifying, decided to give it all the beans and send it, see what we can do. So I still need to qualify for my bracket, so I got to faster than 10.99 or quicker in the quarter. So normal procedure for this, burnout using second and third. So the trans brake launch RPM set at 3300 RPM for this run. It's just where it was set at the end of last year. Tyres I had at 18 PSI, which probably was a bad move to start with. And that horrible noise is kind of the car just spinning the wheels and hazing the tyres, so it didn't go anywhere. Well, not that it didn't go anywhere. I went at 11.1 at 123 mile an hour. The GoPro fell. And just a second, we'll switch to the outside shot, and you can see when the car takes off, kind of just lays over. It's going to be a bit hard to see, but I'm in the opposite lane.
Over in the Ocean Tyres lane at Dylan Bennett, 347 cubic inch Mazda 929.
So just as I take off, you kind of see it lift up a little bit and the nose just falls down. The car didn't really take off that well. So I went back to the pits. I took 300 RPM out of the lead, so I'm only leaving 3000 RPM, and I took 3 pound of air pressure out of the tyres hot, so they were at 15 pound basically after that second run. So I'm not sure where they end up here. They're probably at around 13 pounds on this before the burnout. The burnout probably takes them up to about 15 pounds. So. Little bit of cloud behind the car, but it is running rich, like it feels like 0.8, so could just be fuel, but it doesn't haze behind the car like it used to. So that run was a 1067 at 125. Now we've lined up for the first round of racing. I'm against Shane Stefaniuk. Said that right. Hopefully I said that right. He's got a little blue Cortina, not the one that you saw me race just before, that's Rob Ford. He's also got a blue Cortina. Shane's got a nasty little Cortina that he likes to put on the back wheels nearly every time he takes off. And if it's not on the back wheels, it's because the tyres are spinning. So. Same setup as the qualifying run, because it's been well, so best pass was 1061, that went 1067. I just kissed the limiter on first, and then Shane drove past me right at the end of the track, and I really thought I mucked it up. And you'll hear me say that wasn't great, something like that. But turns out it was a PB. I went 1059 at 125.8 mile an hour. So it was PB the whole run, which is really good. It was 147 to the 60 foot. From there though, that was all kind of messed up. I don't think I've got any more of my runs filmed. I couldn't back up the 1059, which sucked. Anyway, we'll move on to watching a couple of Rachel's runs. Not too much to say about her runs. She did really well, went through all the way to the final and came runner up, so here's a couple of her videos. You can just watch them, you don't need me.
What about line and
So I hope you enjoyed that drag racing content. In the meantime, I've just been doing some checking, basically, on the 347 Mazda. It is. So plugs out, just a comp check, and leak down on the cylinders. I know you're supposed to do that warm, but I did it while it's cold because I already put the plugs out. Also gonna drop a jet size. AFRs are showing like 0.82 at the deep end of the track, and there's reports of a little bit of black smoke when the car's getting down the back end of the track. So, which would make sense. Fuel and a bit rich at 0.8 lambda, which is like 12-1 air fuels. Want to be closer to 12.5-1, so we'll take a jet out of it for next meet, see what that does. I've got a heap of plugs on order, so we can do some plug reads. Sound Mazda. As you can see, comp readings all around the 140, 150 range, or 135, 150 range. Couple of cylinders have a bit of leak down, and the rest pretty good. But if you compare that to last time, I'd say we're much better off. So yeah. A couple other things. I'm just going to replace the rocker cover gaskets because the rubber ones I got don't seal very well and they squish and then they leak. I think that's it. Next Benaraby event is the 21st of May. That's round 4 for the CQDRA Track Championship. So we'll be there for that one. Both of us racing. Rachel will probably be hunting another trophy because she's better than me and she wins lots of trophies. That's 2 for the year. Runner up for round 3. She had a win in round 2. So yeah, I better get my act together basically. Anyway, we'll keep it shiny side up and off the walls, and I'll see you trackside.